Good morning, students. Now we are going to start our 12th standard class, the subject statistics. We are going to begin our new chapter, that is chapter number 4, time series. This is part 1 video. Before starting this lecture, I would request each and every student to take out your textbook and wear your earphones and read the text along with me and carefully understand it. So here we begin. So on your 156 page number of your textbook, the chapter number 4 starts. Now the contents we are going to learn the theory, that is time series, introduction, meaning, importance, definition and utility. So in this lecture we are going to learn this much only. In the next lecture we would continue it. Clear? So let's begin. So I hope everyone have taken their textbook. So concentrate. The introduction of time series. Two related variables are studied by different methods in statistics. A special method is applied to study the dependent variable among these related variables by taking time as an independent variable. Now what it is saying, up till now we have studied many methods in the statistics. Okay, so to understand the relation between two variables, that is two related variables, but a special method is applied to study the dependent variable among these related variables by taking time as an independent variable. So in our previous chapters we didn't take time as an independent variable. There were many other variables which were taken as an independent variable, but in this chapter we are going to learn by taking time as an independent variable and the relation between the independent variable and the other dependent variable which we are going to take and understand it. Now the data related to values of the variable changing with time are studied in economics, sociology and business statistics. So the data which are been the regarding values of the variable which may change or not according to the time, okay, along with the time span. If the dependent variable changes with this time span are studied in which fields. So the fields has been given to you, that is economics, sociology and business statistics. So for an example, population of a country, agricultural production, wholesale price index, unemployment statistics, import export information, annual production of a certain factory, data from share market, bank interest rates, the hourly temperature measured in a city, etc. are presented with respect to time. These data are called time series as they are dependent on time. Clear with this? So the examples that has been given to you are the dependent variable, while their independent variable is taken as our time, because according to time the dependent variable changes. Okay, so population of a country, what was the population in 1951 is now present. Okay, in present, in the population of 2020 is different as compared to 1951. So the time is an independent variable while the population of a country is a dependent variable, because it may change, it is changing with respect to the independent variable, that is our time. Clear with this? Now the meaning of time series. The statistical data collected at specific intervals of time and arranged in a chronological order is called time series. So any data, that is any statistical data which has been collected at a specific interval of time. You can take the census where what we take is taken at a specific interval, right? So if any kind of data that has been taken or collected at any interval of time and is also arranged in a chronological order, then it is said to be a time series. Time series consists of values of variable associated with time. Clear? Now the estimated value of the variable for the future can be obtained if the values of such a variable are studied over a long period of time. These forecasts are very useful for future planning. For example, the direction, proportion and pattern of variations in the population of a certain region can be known by studying its time series. The necessary infrastructure, medical facilities, employment opportunities, education can be planned for the people of this region in future. Clear with this? Okay, the fluctuations in the prices of shares can be known by studying the time series of share prices of different companies, and the investors can decide about buying or selling of the shares. Okay, so along with the time, if the prices of the shares are increasing or not can be understood by the shareholders or the investors, and accordingly they can buy or sell. So that is what it is saying. Only there is time that is an independent variable, whereas the prices of the shares is an dependent variable. So from this we can plan our future. Clear with this? And there are various other examples that has been given to you. It is written so simple that is self-explanatory. Clear? The temperature measured at different places and time as well as the data of rainfall indicate the global changes in the weather, which is useful to form policies for conservation of environment. So again an example, the temperature that has been measured in the different regions, okay, at a given time period can know the data of rainfall indicating the global changes in the weather, which would be, this kind of data is very useful to form the policies of a particular nation in order to form a conservation of environment, form the policies for conservation of environment. Clear? In the recent times, time series is extensively used in different methods of business analytics. The data regarding changes in a variable at a specific time interval are shown in the time series. The unit of time is dependent on the variable under study. For example, population data obtained every 10 years, data about total sales tax collected are available annually, quarterly interests are calculated in banks, monthly profits of shops are given, the time for bacterial growth is in hours, etc. So these are some of the examples that has been given to you, in which the time is taken as a very important variable. Clear with this? Now you can see a table that has been given to you, one of the illustration in which the macro fundamentals, the title is given like this, in which the year, GDP growth, investment growth, average WPI inflation and CAD, that is as percentage of GDP, is given to you. Now you can see from this the time interval, that is the years, is taken as an independent variable, whereas the GDP, other factors that has been given to you, other variables, is considered to be a dependent variable with respect to your independent variable, that is your time. Okay, the year is your time series. Clear? So this is an example given to you. Now turn your page on page number 158. This time series gives information about macro fundamentals of different years, which includes growth in gross domestic product along with percentage investment growth, wholesale price index, that is WPI, and current account deficit, that is CAD. The full form has been given to you. Now you can see there are three tables again given to you, three charts that has been given to you. The first one is decreasing child mortality rate in India over the years. You can see this is the first chart that has been given to you. Now the time series showing death rate among newborn children in India over different years has been given to you. So you can see on your x-axis from 1976 to 2009 the data has been given to you, and you can see from the chart itself you can understand that the child mortality rate in India is decreasing over the years. What was there in the year 1976? Clear? So from there you can see it as on your right hand side, as the chart moves on your right hand side you can see it is decreasing. Okay, so it is the least in the year 2009. So this is considered as one of the time series chart. Again on the third, that is this, you can see this is a comparative study of two time series showing the growth in IT sector, that is information technology sector, that has been given to you. So there are, you can see two lines that has been going on. The first one is that the black line is exports and the gray line is that is showing the domestic. So you can see over here the table, you can see this is given to you. So from this you have to understand. Clear? So this is what two variables has been given to you, that is two dependent variable given to you, that is the exports versus domestic. Clear? And your independent variable is your time, that is years given to you. So from this you can compare two growth rates. Clear? That is export growth and the domestic growth from the year 1992 to 2009. So this was a comparison study. Then you can see the next chart, that is this one. Here you can see the time series showing average monthly maximum and minimum temperatures in Ahmedabad. So there are two lines that is going on. You can see the above one, this one. Okay, this is the average high temperature, and the below one, that is this line, shows the average low temperature. So you can see the time series on your x variable. X is always your independent variable, shows the independent variable. So always in this chapter we are going to learn that only the time is taken as the independent variable, the rest other variables are taken as the dependent variable. So here we are having average high temperature and average low temperature is taken as the dependent variable. So it is varying according to the months. Okay, you can see from January to December there is fluctuations in the dependent variable. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's study the importance of time series. Turn your page on 159. You can see the importance of time series. So one by one we would be studying. The information collected in the form of time series is extremely essential in modern era due to increasing uncertainties in trade and business activities. The study of time series gains importance due to following reasons. So the first one is the direction and pattern of variations in the values of the series can be known from the past data. So in which direction it is moving or which pattern it is forming of these variations in the values of the time series can be known from the past, that is the history. From history itself we can see in which direction either it is moving in a good direction or it is worsening day by day. From the history, or you can say that from the past data, we can understand the pattern. Second is the variations in the future can be estimated from the extent of variations in the values of the series. Okay, so future can be known to us. Third one is important decisions can be taken from the estimated values of the future, and industrial as well as government policies can be easily framed. So third one is saying that we can plan our future, that is take important decisions as well as take industrial or the government policies, from that we can frame. Okay, from these important decisions we can frame our related policies. Fourth point is two or more industrialists or government institutions can make a comparative study from the data of the time series obtained by them. Okay, so two or more firms or two or more industries can be taken for comparison, or two or more government institutions, that is state government or the central government, can draw the comparison. So like this, from the data of time series, these two comparisons is possible. So you understand the importance of time series. Now we are going to learn the definition of time series. Clear? So definition of time series. Time series is defined as follows. A time series is a set of observation taken at a specified time period. So here you can see the definition. Again I am repeating, a time series is a set of observation. Okay, it is a set of observations taken at a specified time period. At different time periods, the observations that has been collected, okay, what the observations collected in the year 1951, in the year 2000 and 2007, like this. So the at different time period, whatever the observations is been collected is said to be a time series. Now usually these observations are taken at equal intervals of time. The time is taken as an independent variable. Okay, so you can underline it. The time is taken as an independent variable in the time series, which will be denoted by small letter t. Clear? And the dependent variable associated with it will be denoted by y and small letter, that is small letter y and small letter t. Clear? So the dependent variable is denoted by yt. Thus we shall represent the time series for different units of time as follows. So you can see one table is given to you. So like this table we would be having in our further calculations. So the independent variable is time, that is your small letter t, and your dependent variable is small letter y and small letter t, that is yt. Now we are going to learn the uses of time series. Clear? So the variations in the variable of a time series which changes with time are not caused by one specific reason. So in the first line itself it has been made clear that any variations in the variable of time series which changes with time are not caused by any one reason. Okay, any one specific reason, we cannot say that. It may be due to different reasons, or there may be various reasons that would be making this variations. The variable of a time series is influenced by various factors, and also these factors have an effect on the given variable. For example, the price of wheat in the wholesale market changes with time due to various different reasons, such as the production of wheat. So this is one of the reason at that time. The second reason is demand of wheat, or the cost of transporting the production to the market. So these are the different factors which may give rise to the variations in the variable. Okay, so each of these factors is dependent on other forces. For instance, the production of wheat is affected by various factors like the weather at that time. So again a reason which is again a factor which is affecting this production of wheat, that is the weather, which cannot be predicted or controlled. Second is irrigation facility, and third is the quality of the seed. So these are the other forces which give rise to the variations in the variable, that is the dependent variable, the production of wheat. It is necessary to study the various ways in which these factors affect the variable of the time series. So it is necessary to study the various ways in which these factors are affecting the variable of the time series. So we cannot say with only specific reason, we cannot say that this according to this reason the production has been increased or changed. There may be other forces which is saying. Okay, in this example, such a detailed study conducted for the time series is called as the analysis of time series, which is done in the following two stages. First one is to identify the various factors affecting the variable of the time series. Okay, so various factors should be identified initially. Second, to segregate these factors and determine the extent of effect of each factor on the given variable. So we have to find the extent of the effect of these each factor. If it is weather that is affecting the production of a wheat, so it cannot be predicted or it cannot be controlled. So you can see the extent how much it may affect or not. Second, there is irrigation facility. So we in irrigation facility we can do something so which I can say can be controlled by humans. Okay, which can be done, something can be done. If there is no irrigation facility, we can ask the government to provide the facilities for irrigation. Okay, so like this we can see the extent of its effect. And the quality of seeds, now this is depending upon the farmer whether he wants to produce the qualitative seeds or not. So it is also dependent on the government of their particular state whether they are providing the qualitative seeds to the farmers or not. So you can see the extent of its effects depend on the various, according to the various factors. The analysis of time series done in this way is useful in trade, science, social and political fields as follows. So let us see the analysis that has been useful in these sectors. First one is, it is possible to know the past situation and use it to obtain the type and measure of the variation. So it is possible for us to know the history, that is the past situation, what was there in the past situation, and from there we can use it to obtain the type and the measure of the variations. Second one is, it is possible to estimate the value of the variable in future using statistical methods. So if you want to predict or if you want to estimate the value in future, we can do it by using some of these statistical methods. Third one is, proper decisions can be taken for the future using the estimated values and activities can be planned accordingly. So the proper decision, or from that we can also frame the industrial policies or anything such important decisions can be taken by using these estimated values. Clear with this? And the fourth one is, comparative study can be carried out for the variations in the given variable at different place or time intervals. That is, again comparisons can be made. Okay, so according to different places or the time intervals. And the fifth one is, the estimates obtained from the past data can be compared with the present values and the reasons for the discrepancies between them can be investigated. So from what it is saying, the past data can be used in comparison with respect to the present value and the reasons for such discrepancies can be found out. Okay, or can be investigated. Clear with this? The analysis of the time series, which is useful in the various sectors what I said earlier, that is trade, science, social and political fields. So students, hereby we end our lecture. Now in the next lecture we would be continuing this chapter number 4, that is the components of time series. So if you are having any doubts, just clear it and ask it in our WhatsApp group. Read again the text and thorough your concepts. Thank you for today's session. Stay safe.